Hi, in this video, we are going to see some of the data wave related syntax, how it works in MuleSoft. So these are the things we are going to see today. What is distinct by, filter, min by, max by, order by, and group by. So these are the things we are going to see today. So in order to do that, I'll just create a new Mule project. And I'll name this project as data wave demo 11. And I'll click finish. So once the project is created, I'm going to add a transform message. So that is a processor step we'll be using in order to do any kind of transformation in MuleSoft. So I'll add a transform message. So I added a transform message. So in order to work with the syntax, I need some sample data. So I'll just try to take some sample data from internet. I'll just say sample XML online. And I'll just go to this w3schools.com website. I'll take some samples. So yeah, I'll just go to this XML xquery. I'm just trying to see is there any sample is available. Yeah, so I'll just take this sample. I'm in the XML home. There is a XML example 2. Here we have some XML with breakfast menu, and we have a food. There are different types of food is available. Belgian waffles, and we have strawberry Belgian waffles, berry waffles, and French toast. And also it has a amount as well. The price is there, and how much color is it has. Those kind of details we have. So this is a simple XML where we have a breakfast menu as a root tag. Inside that we have many food items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 food items are there. I'll just copy this sample for our demo. I'll just copy this one and I'll put it into our resources folder, and I'll just keep one folder examples, and inside that I'll just create a new file, and I'll store that sample as food XML. And yeah, so this is the XML file, right? So I'll just save it as XML only, and I'll save this file. Okay, so now I saved the file. So now I'm going to refer that in our data wave. So I'll just minimize this one. I don't need that, so I'll just minimize whatever the window, it's not required. So I mainly need this window where I'll just move this one left side, so that we will have more space to work for data wave coding. And also I'll click this preview. So this is the place we will be seeing our data wave output. So now it's running the preview. If you see here, it's running the preview. The expectation is it's a Java. By default, when you add a transform message, it will come as a Java. So if I want a JSON output, then I can save it as a JSON, and it's running a preview. And then once it's the preview is completed, then we'll be able to see this as a output. Okay, so we'll wait for that. Yeah, if you see here, there's this empty output is coming because we just printing only the empty output after this hyphen. Okay, so now what I'll do is we have stored that food XML in our example folder, right? So I'm going to refer that. So I'll just create a variable. I'll just give OK, and variable, and this field name, right? I'll just keep it as breakfast menu, right? Breakfast menu. This is my field name, and I'll just say equal to. I'm going to read this data from the sample. So I'll just say this is the syntax which we need to use it in order to extract the samples. Okay, so examples, and this file name I just kept it as food xml.xml, and this is the XML file. So we have to give the content type also, just to denote what is that XML type. Okay, so now if you see here, there is no syntax error, and this one is our payload. This breakfast menu variable is our payload, right? So I'll just copy this, and then I'll put that one for our payload. Okay, so if you see, I just printed that, and it's able to extract the data, and it's giving the information in a JSON format, because if you see here, we gave the output type as JSON. So if I give output type as XML, then it will give in a XML format. So I want that in a JSON format, so I'll just give in a JSON format. So now what I want to do is, once it's converted to JSON, you just try to understand what is there in this particular one. So breakfast menu as our root tag, and we have a food. There are 5 foods are there. So waffles, Belgian waffles, and amount, and strawberry waffles, and that amount, and also the calorie, and also the description detail for that food also there. So now if I wanted to work this particular data, I wanted to convert, then what I'll do, I have to use some kind of syntax. So this is my payload, right? For example, I just wanted to check this particular one has this field. Okay, so for example, this is a key. Okay, so name is a key, price is a key, description is a key, breakfast menu is a key, and food is a key, right? So now if I wanted to check all the fields in that particular any kind of validation I wanted to apply in any kind of this payload, right? It could be at this level or this level or field level, anything, right? Then how to do that? For example, if you see also, the structure is starting with curly braces, okay, so which is an object, and breakfast menu, this is object. And again, even though you have multiple full details are there, each food is an object because it's starting with curly braces and it's having a key value pair, and the same object we have multiple key values, right? So for example, name is one of the key value in this object of food, and price is another key value for this object in food. So similarly, one food set is this one, right? Similarly, we have 5 food sets. Okay, so normally if you have a recurring items, then this breakfast menu should be array, right? But this particular sample, it has with the object only. So I wanted to traverse everything in an array, and then I wanted to take some of the data, or if I wanted to read all the data in a field, right, then we can use something called dot dot in MuleSoft, which is called descendant. Okay, so when you use dot dot, these values, right, you can take this as a array. So in that array we have multiple object now. Okay, so if you see here, this is one. Okay, so again this is an object only. So I'll just, what I'll do, instead of taking like this, I'll just go to food. So if you give one food, right, it will give only one food, and I'll just give this as a asterisk food, so that it will take all the food. So if you see here, this is an array, and it is having multiple object now. Okay, so now I can traverse this particular array. Okay, so now what I can do is, this is a food data, which is a breakfast menu, which we have it in array. And now what I will do, this is the my output now. So I am going to apply some information. Okay, for example, in this out of this array, if I wanted to check only the price, right, so it will list the price. Okay, so now I wanted to check this price field is exist or not in my variable. Okay, so then it will say true. Okay, so if the price is the key name. Okay, so if I remove this one, right, you have the all the values, and if I remove this price, you will have all the data with the key value pair. So this is a key, right? Price is a key, and this is the value. So for example, I wanted to check the price field is exist or not, right? Then you can put that key name and put question mark, so then it will say that key is exist or not. For example, this is true, right? But I do not have any field called price one. So if I put price one, which is the field name, I'm giving a key name, and which will give false, because in our output there is no price one. Okay, so this way you can check it, and I'll just remove this one. Okay, so I'll just comment this one, so that if you wanted to refer this what we have done, we can check that as well. So now I'll just put this new line, and I'll just have only the food, so that we can have this array. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to apply some condition, like because we wanted to apply some of these, right, the filter, distance by, min by, max by, all those stuff, right? So what I'll do, I'll just start with filter. I'll just say filter and dollar, and I'm just going to filter based on this price. Okay, so I'll just say price. So this is a string value. If you see here, the price $5.95, right? It's a okay, again it's having a dollar. So maybe I'll just take this calories. Okay, so I'll just take this calories. I'll just copy this one, because what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to filter some value as a number, and I'm just going to say, if you see here, calories are there 650, 900, and this also 900, and this is 600, and this is 950. Okay, so if I give 900 greater than 900, right, then there will be 3 records it should come. Okay, so it's saying greater than 900, so because it's taking 901 onwards, right? So that is why only 950 is coming. So if I put 899, okay, so it will take from 900, right? So it is filtering it out we had 5 foods, right? So we had 5 food details in the breakfast menu, and now this we are trying to filter from that particular array. I wanted to filter some of the values. Okay, so now I in that entire thing which has a 5 records, right? For example, I'll just move this to next line, so then also it will work. Okay, because it will try to apply this array and then it will try to filter this one. Okay, now I'll just comment this one, and if you see this food, we have 5 foods, right? One with color is 650, 900, 900, next one is 600 and 950. So if I check the filter greater than 899, then there are 3 records are matching, and it is filtering those records alone, and it's giving that value. Okay, so this is I just have done for one field, right? Similarly, you can add a condition and then you can have calculated for multiple fields as well. Okay, so now we have seen what is filter, right? So filter, if you so if you mouse over also, the tooltip is coming, and it iterates over an array and applies an expression and returns the matching value. So if this food has a 5 records and it's applying 5 records, 5 object, and it is there in array, and it's trying to loop over or work on that entire array, and it's trying to match the expression. This is my expression. If the color is having greater than 899, then it's matching that condition, and whatever the result set, that is coming. Okay, so now these two output is this one. Now whatever I am going to write, right, it will apply that particular syntax or expression only in these 3 objects or in the particular array. Okay, so now what I will do, so we saw just what is that filter, right? So now if you see the color is 900, right? These two are unique value. Okay, and this is a 950, it's a different value. For example, I wanted to identify what is the distinct record. Okay, I need only the distinct record. Then what I can do is $name, because now it will apply only these 3 record only. I'll just give calories. So if you see here, so 900, earlier we had 2 records. Now we are taking only the distinct records, and it's taking the distinct record and it's taking the another distinct record. Okay, so now it is giving 2 arrays only. Okay, so now what I want to do is, in this calories, right, 900 is there, 950 is there. I wanted to just take which is minimum. Okay, so now what I'll do, okay, so these two line everything, right? So it will apply even if you put it everything in the same line also, it's same only. Okay, so if you see, I saved it and there is no error and the same outputs are coming. Okay, so what will happen, it will take this result and then it will apply this filter, and once that is done, it will apply this distinct by, all those stuff. Okay, so even though you put it in the next line also, it's same syntax only. I'll just put it in the next line, so that we'll have more readability and we'll be able to understand. So now out of this output, right, we have only 2 records, and I wanted to fetch only the one which is having minimum calorie. Okay, so I'll just put min by dollar and I'll just put calories. Okay, so minimum is 900, right? So when I save it, we will get only the 900 record. Okay, so now I'll just command this one. Okay, I'll command this one, so that we will have 2 records. Now I wanted to find the max by, which is maximum. 950 is the maximum, right? So I'm just going to take that one, calories, and if you see here, 900 and 950, right? Okay, so this is again commented, so I'll just uncomment it, and if you see here, 950 only it's coming. So max by is taking the maximum value from that whichever the array which we had, and minimum is to take the minimum value, distinct is to take the unique value, filter is to apply whatever the condition is matching in the array. We wanted to fetch only the filtered value. Whenever the condition is matching, those kind of record only I wanted to filter it. Okay, so now I have only 1 record, so I don't want that, so I need more records. So I'll just command this one, and also I will just command this one, so that we'll have more record to work. Okay, so now I have 3 records. Okay, so 900, 900, 950. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll just wanted to order by. Okay, so I just wanted to order by, and what we can order by, name is there, berry is there. Okay, so if you see here, yes, strawberry is starting with first, right, and berry is B, and home style is there. So I wanted to order by. Okay, so again it's not the same name. So okay, so what I'll do, I wanted to, maybe I'll just order by this color is only, again color is. Okay, so what is happening is, if I give order by, right, I'll just mouse over and show that things as well. So it will work on the array again. see here, sorts an array using a specified criteria. Okay, so now I'm trying to sort the array. Okay, so for example, I'm sorting based on the calories. Okay, so it's starting with the ascending. The small number will come first, 900, 900 and 950 is there. Okay, so again I'll just remove this filter also, so that we'll have more records to work. So I'll just remove the filter so that we'll have 5 records. So if we see here, when it's sorted right, using the order by, it's having 600, 650, 900, 900 and 950. Okay, so the original record, right, I'll just disable this order by. So original records, it's in a different order, 650, 900, 900 and 600, which is the least one, and 950. Okay, so starting with 650, right? So if I remove that, it will start with 600, which is the least one. See, it's starting, it's giving an order in the ascending. So small one will start first and then the big one will start second, right? And I'll just try to see this 450, 555 and 750, 850, 695. So this dollar is there. I'll just try to see how that is coming. Okay, just I'll just apply on the different field. Price 450, 595, 695, 795, 895. Yeah, so it's sorting based on the amount. So now I'm sorting based on the amount. Now if I want to do, now if you see here, order by, when I do this one, it's giving an ascending order in the price, right? Now if I want a descending, then you can put the minus here. Okay, so why it's not coming minus? Because this is not the number. Okay, so that's not it's coming. So what I'll do, I'll just apply in the different fields only, which I'll just again for our sample I'll take the calories only. Calories, yeah, earlier, right, when you have this one, I'll just remove this minus. When you remove this one, 600, 650, 900, it's coming, right, because it's in the ascending order. If I add minus, and it's a numeric value, right, and when I do a minus, it's having a descending, 950, 900, 890. Okay, sorry, 950, 900, 900 again, and 650 and 600. So it's in the descending order when you apply minus. Okay, so now what we have seen, what is order by. So order by is a sorts an array. Okay, so now what I'll do, I wanted to group by calories. Okay, so if you see here, calories 900, there are 2 items, so I wanted to group the value. So I'll just minimize this one, I'll just comment this one, commenting this one, double slash we have to give. So we have 5 records now, which is name, which is the Belgian waffle, 650, 900, another 900, 600 and 950. Okay, so only these two are same. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll just do a group by, and then I'll say dollar, and I'm just going to group by only with this calories only. Okay, so now if you see here, 650, when you group it, you have only one object, and 900, when you group it, you have 2 objects. So it's grouping based on the calories. Okay, for example, I wanted to check what are the items which are related to calories 900. Okay, so then we can take these 2 things, right? So it's grouping based on the specific value. Whenever it is matching the unique value, right, it's putting that in one group. And 650, 900, we have 2 objects in the same group because there are 2 food related to calories 900. So that is coming, and then 600 again 1 calories, and then 950 also we have 1 food with 950. So that's how the group works, because we can group the related items into specific array. If you see here, this is array 650, 1 array, and 900 we have 2 objects in that array. Today what we have seen, how to filter it, right? So filter, if you wanted to iterate through an array and you wanted to filter some of the object from an array based on the matching criteria or condition, then we can use a filter. Distinct by, if you wanted to take the distinct record, right, you wanted to take only the unique records. For example, I have 2 900 record, I want to take only one 900 record, then you have to use distinct by. And min by, so in that entire thing, what is the minimum calorie and what is the maximum calorie, which is max by. Order by, it's like a sort, you can sort by ascending, then you will give a dollar dot calories, or if you give minus in front, then it will be descending. Okay, so next one is group by. So if you wanted to group the related object into one particular array, then you can use a group by. So today what we have seen, so we have seen distinct by, filter, min by, max by, order by, and also we have seen group by. So in this one I have applied this breakfast menu, right? For your sample you can take any kind of sample from internet and you can try the same thing. Okay, so now I have used this as a XML, right? So similarly you can give a different output format also. So now I have taken an input as XML, so you can take the input as CSV or you can take the input as JSON also, and whatever you are taking, whatever the output format you want, you have to give that in this particular place. And here I use directly from our example. If you wanted to have your payload in the this particular one, right side, then you can have that as well. So payload you can directly copy here, or you can browse it here in the first window and you can use it there as well. So you can define metadata from where you can select the sample and you can verify your output as well. But whatever we have tried today, I have taken the sample from internet and I just put that into specific example path in my package. In my package explorer, I just put it under the example and food XML, and which I referred it through the read URL service or read URL function, where we have to pass 2 argument, and during using that we have applied these kind of different functions or different things which we have, and using that we have applied and which we have taken the output which we have seen in the preview. Thank you.
Hi, thank you for watching this video so far. If you like the video, please share it with your friends and also subscribe to this Tech Lightning channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.